Welcome to another episode of the Right Mike Podcast. I'm your host with the most, Dr. Right, aka that guy, aka your favorite cousin. Today, we are talking about crazy stuff that happens in the hotel. So, as you can see, this is Hotel Chronicles, episode 1. Let's talk about it. Welcome back. So, wild, crazy stories of the Hotel Chronicles. Man, it is real in the field around here. So, as all you guys know, I do work in a hotel. I've been working in the hotel business since 2016. So yeah, I done seen a lot of things and all that good shit. So you in the hotel business, man, it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and I think a lot of customers, as we call in the hotel industry, guests, as the guests don't understand there's certain things that's out of our control. There's different departments. You have the front desk, which is the people that you see is the first point of contact coming in. um when you come in to the hotel, it's the people at the front desk. Then you have your housekeeping staff. Those the ones who clean the room. That's the department that cleans the room. They clean all the public spaces, which is called, that person is called the houseman, but that person is part of the housekeeping department. Then you have maintenance. Maintenance is the ones who make sure that the everything far as, the phones, doors, anything dealing with maintenance, they control in their department. So with that being said, then you have your management team. So your management team will consist of for certain hotels, they consist of a general manager, assistant general manager. You might have a front office manager, or you might have a front desk supervisor. Now, in the maintenance department, you will have what they will call a chief engineer, and he might have an assistant chief engineer. Then in housekeeping, you will have the executive housekeeper, or they might call it housekeeping manager. And for some hotels, they might have a housekeeping supervisors. They are directly right up under the executive housekeeper. So, with that being said, that's how. Sorry for the pause, y'all, because I was about to say something real stupid. So, with that being said, there are certain things that go along. Um, People at the front desk have the hardest job. I don't care what nobody say. You can't tell me otherwise. Um, the ones who check people in, check people out, the people who's at the front desk, they have the most hardest job in the whole hotel. That is the most mental, and uh uh that's the most mental part of the whole business. I would tell anybody whoever is looking to work in a hotel, if you don't have the personality and if you don't have thick skin, this is not the job for you. I promise you. I done seen things, done heard things, been called a lot of things outside of my name. And that goes for a lot of front desk people. But the most crazy thing is I love what I do. I love my job like there's no tomorrow. Um, since I've been on my job at the current one I have now, even the ones I had before, I don't call out at all. I then had to be sick then on my deathbed before I call out. That's how much I love my job. I'm a real people person, and it's very rare that I have flack from anybody. But nevertheless, let's get into it. So, normally when people go into a hotel, you are greeted by the front desk agent, which we call agents. Welcome to whatever hotel you're working at. How may I assist you? Boom, 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 boom. For me, this is what I do. Thank you for coming to bank blank blank. um, how can I help you? They will say, "Oh, I have a reservation for today. Oh, what's your last name?" Let's say, Mr. Johnson, Steve Johnson, whatever. All right. Boom. Oh, Mr. Johnson, thank you. Can I see your ID? Now, once you check their ID, you make sure that person is who they are. And um, if they are a certain tier in that particular hotel chain, you would say, "Thank you for being a blank blank blank." Um, if you are if you would Marriott, you would say, "Thank you for being a Bomboy member, whatever status they is." I can't remember what is I can't remember what the choice is. Hilton is, "Thank you for being a Hilton Honors member, whatever status they is, whether it be a regular member, silver, gold, or diamond." Uh, I know for Marriott is platinum, titanium, and something else. It's crazy, but everybody has their little. Have they? I'm not gonna say little because each hotel chain uh brand is awesome. Um, so you would have, that whatever that rewards person, whatever status they is. Now, here's where a lot of hotel front desk agents get a little teed off with. They ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it for you. All right. So, with that being said, you have some people who are high status, so that means like anybody who's like been traveling and staying in hotels for a long time and they get all these good perks and all this good stuff, these are the ones who normally are good slash bad people. um Prime example, a couple years ago, I was working and I was at my desk. This lady came up and said, "Hey, I'm in room such and such. There's a stain on my carpet. All this money that I'm paying and I'm this status, I deserve to have a night's comp." Now, me being who I am, I'm sitting at my desk saying, "I know you're a goddamn lie. You got to be fooling me." But nevertheless, my front desk agent took care of it, meaning she said, and I quote, "I do apologize for the mishaps. But I see that you paid on points. So this is what I'll do. I'll put in your notes and send an email to my AGM and my GM that at least we could give you half of your points back." Now, I know for certain places, certain points, it might be like 50,000. Yeah, 50,000 would get you a free night. Uh, but meaning that you don't have to pay like money. So if you book a room on points, you could do like half on points, and then the other half could be money, or the majority on points. Oh, anyway, so it could be like the majority on points, and then the rest could be on money. So therefore, you have one of those things. So it's so she wasn't satisfied with that. She said she want all her points back. So that's when I stepped in and I was like, "Ma'am, listen here. I don't like the way you." Well, first of all, let me rewind this back. She started cursing, calling my front desk agent all kinds of names. And that's one damn thing I don't tolerate. I don't tolerate disrespect, not on the damn job. Now, we could be talking or whatever the case may be. A couple curse words might fly out, but when you calling somebody a motherfucker or or you son of a bitch, some shit like that's where I draw the line at. Like, nah, fuck that shit. We not doing this, B. We're not doing this at all. So that's why I said the front desk has the hardest job in the world, because our job is just to check in the guests. I don't go in and clean rooms. I'm not the maintenance person. I don't go and change batteries and doors and shit like damn that. I'm just a front desk person. And I think a lot of people, we as human beings have to understand that we just can't just fly off the damn rail because something is wrong. If you talk nice to somebody, even though you might be having a shitty day, you probably get a whole lot of shit going on. So, with that being said, I went to the front and I say, hold on, stop. Let's rewind this back. We would not tolerate no cussing at no employees here. I don't care which status you are. You could call Mr. Hilton yourself or Mr. Marriott. I don't give a shit. Because what you're not about to do is cuss employees out. You don't know what could have happened. Front desk don't know what's going on in every room. That's not our damn job. Our job is to check people in and out. Our job is to make sure you get the best customer service. Now, when I say best customer service, I mean prior checking in. Now, once I check you in and you get to your room, I done my part. I done went down to the whole list on how I'm supposed to greet you, how I'm supposed to, and checking you in, the process and all that. I did that. And if you could walk away from that front desk with a smile on your face, damn it, I did my job. Now, when you get to that room, that's a different story. Because why? That's out of my hands then. Now, if you come back to the front desk and say, oh, hey, Mr. Wright, I just checked into my room a few minutes ago and I found you could say, hey, somebody left some clothes in the closet, or it's some hair in my tub or sink or whatever. And if you come to the front desk and you be nice about it, oh, I definitely could help you out. But when you come hollering and cussing and shit, that's crazy. So, with that being said, so I told the lady, I said, ma'am, listen, we don't tolerate no cussing, none of that stuff's there. So, how can I help you? Let's take this from the top. Now, her whole attitude changed. It's a stain on my carpet, yada, 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 X, Y, and Z. Oh, well, you know what? Hey, this is what I'll do. Let me look at your reservation. Boom. Oh, I see you paid on points. Let's see. Oh, so you spent 40,000 points? Okay, hey, this is what I'll do for the inconvenience. I'm about to go back to my desk. I'm about to give you 20,000 points back. So therefore, I'm giving you half of your points back. No problem. Easy said and done. Haven't heard listen, that lady stayed for like 3 days. Never had a problem on her. She walked by the front desk, spoke to everybody. Hey, how you doing? Oh, great. Now, when she did a review, she started off saying, hey, we started off kind of rocky and talked to the AGM, which is your boy. And we had a good job. I had a good time. Mr. Wright fixed the issue, and I would come back and on one of the surveys it would ask you, would you recommend this hotel or would you come back and stay? And she put yes for both of them. So it's a good thing that you could have conversation with people and people really truly understand the dynamics of how things go. Now, before I get out of here, I got to tell you one of my favorite stories. One of my favorite stories is I was working at a Holiday Inn Express. I'll never forget this. This was during COVID at that. No. Yeah. It was right at the beginning of COVID. That's how I ended up quitting and going to another hotel. But we were short on housekeepers, and it's a whole lot of stuff that went bad that day before. Now at this point in time, I'm just a regular front desk agent, so it is what it is. So it's an older. It was an older lady, Caucasian lady at that. And this was at the point of the whole height of Black Lives Matter type shit. So that's how I let you know how we was dead in the COVID at this time. So we was in a like right at the height of the whole Black Lives Matter thing. So it was an older white woman. Um at first when I know when I checked her in, she was cool. To me, she was cool as hell. We joke, we laugh and all that extra good shit. I don't know what happened overnight, but I had to go in the next morning to work. We didn't have no towels at the time because this was when, like I said, COVID didn't hit, and um everything was like short, you know. Supplies coming in was like super delayed and all that extra stuff. So um I told her I didn't have no towels at the time, but if she give me at least until 12 o'clock, I'll have some for her. I don't know what happened or whatever the case may be. She was like, F that, yada, yada, yada. I'm sick of this shit. Nobody wants to do their job. I'm sick of this shit. Fuck this hotel. I'm sitting there like, ma'am, calm down. She turned around and said, F you, N-word. And I said, what? Dog, I said, who the fuck is you talking to? And then next thing you know, I said, listen, you got 30 minutes to get all your shit out my damn hotel if I call the police. And I meant that shit. The lady's like, her husband came down at this point in time, and he was just like, what's going on? I said, sir, listen here. You know this lady? He's like, yeah, this is my wife. I said, man, listen here. She just said, F me. She called me the N-word. So I'm telling her she got 30 minutes to get y'all stuff and get up out my hotel. Now they had 2 more nights, but I really didn't give a shit about that. You crossed the line. You crossed the line. So, they got their stuff. I mean, the husband was apologizing like from left to right, but at that point in time, I'm telling him he's good. Like, I don't like, you're good, homeboy. But she got to go. And I understand that's your wife, but guess what? She got to go. I don't play that shit. You people have to understand, because you think that you're a guest and you're paying money. Damn it, I got feelings too. Not only I got feelings, but guess what? I got these hands too. And half of the damn time, y'all be going overboard. Y'all don't think people nowadays won't come across that counter and knock your damn block off? Yeah, boy, this shit real. So I always tell people, you got to be kind to people. It don't cost you nothing to be kind to people and all that good stuff. Now, here's the crazy shit. Now, after the whole shit done blew over, she called back a couple days, and of course, guess who answered the phone? Me. I answered the phone, and she was like, I think you're the young gentleman that I had the encounter with. What's the address to that hotel? So I'm giving her the address, and I ain't think nothing of it. She wrote a letter to the hotel, and she was like, to the gentleman I called the N-word to, I deeply apologize. It was like a 2-page letter, and then she left a $200 gift card, Visa gift card in there for your boy, and she had an email address and a phone number on there. And when I got it, after I read it, I called her back and I told her, listen here, I forgive you, but going forward, you have to understand, we're in COVID, so a lot of things are not coming in the way it's supposed to. And And on behalf of the hotel, I do apologize that we didn't have what we needed to satisfy her needs. And she was like, no, 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 no. She was like, no, sir. She was like, I'm not gonna let you apologize. She said, this is me apologizing to you. So I told her, I said, man, listen, I forgive you. But boy, when I hung up that phone, I was like, man, that lady just don't know. Boy, I was gonna knock her goddamn block off. I'm thought I was gonna rearrange her face. That's how mad I was. But thank y'all for man, listen, thank y'all for tuning in, man. This is episode 1 of the Hotel Chronicles. Man, if y'all think that was something, y'all wait for episode 2. Boy, it gets real. Y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Deuces. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Right Mike Podcast. I'm your guy, Dr. Right. You can always catch me on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Podcasts. Peace.